Very
Ashi?
low in volume.
Can you join?
Okay. All right, guys. We're going to get this party started. I'm going to do a quick introduction of all of our amazing guests here. Give me just 1 second. I'll pull this up. All right. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about some of the crazy stuff that's happening with Spotify and digital service providers like Spotify. And here to talk with us about this very important issue, we have Carmela. If you don't already know Carmela, she is an indie artist who has released her original music online for the last 3 years. Her debut album, New Stranger, drew an impressive audience of over 3,000 viewers on the front page of Twitch, and she embarked on a nationwide tour from Seattle to Miami, San Francisco to her hometown of Los Angeles. Carmela has received support from multiple playlists and acclaimed online platforms. Her powerhouse vocals and energetic demeanor make her a standout and a rising star in the music industry.
Wow.
That's Carmela.
I know, it's weird, like, hearing the bio as I sit here and listen. I'm, like, turning red. Powerhouse. Period.
I'm gonna try one more time. Can you guys hear me now? Sashi, this is Sashi. Hi.
Chat, can you hear Sashi?
Can you hear Sashi? Yes.
Woo! Yes.
Yes, we hear.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
I don't know what you did, but you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
So we did the dang thing.
Yeah.
All right, we're rocking and rolling now.
Perfect. All right, and then next up we have Willow. Willow Stevens is an award-winning singer-songwriter whose catalog has accumulated millions of streams. Songs from her forthcoming album Future Classic have already garnered attention from Spotify's Fresh Finds, R&B, and New Disco playlists. Her single Shine was prominently featured on the show Everything's Trash on Hulu, so got some sync experience there. And the LA-based Montana native has shared stages with acts such as Alan Stone, Macklemore, and Andy Mineo.
You got it. You said it right.
Awesome. When she's not performing around LA with her band, you can find Willow live streaming music on Twitch. That's Willow. And we do have a command for today as well for the follows for everybody. I believe. Maybe. Possibly. Did it work? Guess not.
It's not.
Winning.
Nothing's working today.
Nightbot.
Winning. All right.
Womp.
Well,
Wah, wah.
anyways, on to the next one. Next we have Matthew, or Matt Sweeto. Matthew is a skewed. Matthew is a skilled music professional with a background in A&R, sync licensing, and music clearance. With a professional music degree from Berklee College of Music and a film scoring certificate from UCLA, Matthew has acquired a comprehensive knowledge of the music industry and the difficulties artists face. His experience encompasses over 3 years at Cobalt Music Group and 2 years consulting with HD Music Now. Beyond his experience in sync, Matthew is also a lifelong drummer, who also is a drummer for Carmela.
Yay.
That's true. Thank you so much.
It's true.
Happy to be here.
Yay.
All right, now that we got the intros out of the way, well, Sashi, I guess. Sashi is here now. I forgot to introduce Sashi. If you don't know Sashi, I'm not sure how you got here, but we're glad to have you. Sashi is a co-founder and creative director of Loudly Inclusive,
That's me.
this media collective that you are all enjoying right now.
It's me.
And she's also a singer-songwriter and a full-time music streamer on Twitch. She has been writing and producing music for most of her life and was even signed to a record label with her band in Indonesia.
Yes. That's me.
Yes.
You got it right.
Cool.
Okay. I'm glad this is working.
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump into it, Jay? Go ahead, Jay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I guess to kind of start, we should probably kind of summarize what we're talking about, what's been going on. Carmela, can you kind of briefly summarize what the changes Spotify has made, what they've been talking about, and kind of a little bit of what artist reaction to those announcements have been?
Yeah. Sure. So this was announced a few weeks ago initially, and today there was a follow-up article that sort of gave a little more context into these new policies. But when they first, we first learned about these, there were 3 new policies, and they wanted to tackle these 3 core issues. The first one is to deter artificial streaming. So basically just when fraudulent activity on tracks on Spotify, when that's been detected, they wanted to penalize that. And then the second one was to better distribute small payments that aren't reaching artists. So just like a minimum playtime length for like non-music tracks like ASMR, bird sounds, white noise, whale sounds, to get the royalties. Actually, that was the third one. So the second one is the new threshold, just basically being it has to well, at first when they announced this was really off-putting for me because they said they want to demonetize tracks that received 0.5% of Spotify's royalty pool. So these artists that are at that threshold. And when you think about all of the artists that are on Spotify, it's an astronomical number. And so you would think, am I in that 0.5%? Because I'm not Ed Sheeran, who's the top performing artist on Spotify. I'm not anywhere near that. So luckily, they've clarified that. And I do believe that all 3 of the artists in this chat that do release music are not necessarily going to be affected as greatly as I initially thought we would be. So I guess the initial reaction for me was a little fear because, I don't think anyone in here, even with 1 million streams, you really don't make a ton on streaming. So there was a part of me that just disagreed on principle. Why are we squeezing at both ends this revenue when, like an extra, even if it was like an extra $20-30 a month, it's like that's a nice amount for music you spent $1,000 plus on. That's like the running cost for most singles nowadays. So yeah, I guess they claim that these by addressing these issues, they're going to drive an additional $1 billion in revenue toward emerging and professional artists over the next 5 years. So that's the claim right now. So I guess that's like the brief overview.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Matt, you have a lot of experience in sync licensing and more of like the business side, I guess, of music streaming. Could you kind of give us a breakdown on how Spotify actually like distributes their money? Like how I think a lot of people understand that generally it's like a pay per stream type of model, but what does that actually mean? Like how do they determine how much each artist is getting paid?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question. It's a little complicated. It's a bit more nebulous than a pay-per stream. So Spotify, like some other DSPs, other streaming platforms, they're a platform-centric model, and they use a pro rata metric to kind of boil down what's called a stream share, which is what ends up being paid to the artist. And the criteria for this is, I think there's like 4 of them. So it's like Spotify's total streaming pool, then the like the global payouts of that revenue, then the total streams on the platform, everybody's total streams, and then the number of streams that the artist has on the platform. And through their arithmetic, they end up figuring out how much to provide the artist on their mechanical artist royalty as well as their publishing performance royalty.
Okay,
Complicated.
So
Everybody got that, right?
No, actually, yeah, that is like that's totally.
100%. Absolutely. So the way I kind of understand it is basically like there's a big pool of money, and then they take that pool of money and divide it by the total number of streams within a certain amount of time. So like, let's say Taylor Swift releases a brand new album. The total shares of the total number of streams are going to go way up in a short period of time, and so that pool of money is being divided into a smaller fraction. And then if an artist is getting 1,000 streams compared to her millions of streams, then their pay per stream is going down to a smaller amount than it already was.
Aye.
Well said, well summarized, yeah.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I believe Taylor Swift was the first like major artist to like put their music on Spotify after they've reached platinum status. And they're like, okay, let's do it on Spotify. Like I've already got platinum, whatever on which I forget which album that was. And they're like, let's do it. And then everyone else kind of followed suit. But yeah, so much of that percentage in that pool goes to the larger artists.
So another way of saying that, let me know if this is accurate, but another way of saying that is like a Taylor Swift stream pays more than a Willow Stevens stream to Taylor Swift.
That's my understanding.
Because she has more volume than I do.
Technically, the per stream rate would be the per stream amount would be the same. It's just that she's getting so much more of them that they're adding up to a larger amount. But if you were streaming, if the payout was during a period of time where major artists were not releasing music, that pay per stream amount would go up. So then smaller artists would make more per stream, but also so would people who are
the sheer volume of songs on Spotify dilutes how much everyone gets paid per stream.
Exactly. Especially when the people who are using the service are streaming a lot of the same artist.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm dealing with some techie right now. Okay, go ahead.
Jalen.
A little tech.
Go ahead.
Jalen says $10 a month if I only listen to Willow Stevens. Doesn't all go to Willow Stevens.
No,
Correct.
that would be called a user-centric model instead of a platform-centric model.
Correct. Which is a lot more difficult for the platform itself to track because it.
Did we just lose Jay? Jay, we just lost you. Can you say that again?
No.
Oh,
What?
There we go.
I'm
You're
hearing you,
back.
Jay.
Yeah.
no worries.
We just
Okay,
lost Jay.
We lost
no,
Jay.
I lost
I know
my
it's
train
so
of-
dramatic.
We lost Jay!
No. I lost my train of thought. Yes, it would be more difficult for the platform to track because then they would have to say, okay, this individual user is using this amount of their individual subscription on these specific artists, rather than it just going kind of like all into one big pool. So yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So Sasha, Willow, kind of on that note, the payout for less than 1,000 streams then is pennies, right? Maybe a couple of dollars. So why does it matter if Spotify decides to not pay out these small amounts? Like, isn't that their right as a business to make those decisions? And if we don't like it, we just go somewhere else?
I would say, yeah. I mean, it stinks. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's awful that we get paid as little as we do for streaming. Like, that is just an unpleasant reality of the world. But if you've been counting on your Spotify revenue to like be the thing that validates your art, and for the last 15 years, I think you've been sadly mistaken. And it is demoralizing when you think about it. But I think, I don't know, it also sort of depends on, I'm sure there is a user agreement that I probably skipped through where they say what they are and are not allowed to do. So I don't know. When I saw this, I was also kind of like freaked out and angry because it's sort of, Spotify has already sort of positioned themselves as like the enemy of the artist, in my opinion. Like this sort of a dynamic that exists. However, is it that much different than like Twitch has a payout threshold of $50 before you can get paid? And if you're not making that much, it's not worth it for them to process the money transfer. So to me, it's not that different. And also, like, having now understood what you said about like the quantity of streams that are diluting how much they're paid, that could be good. Like, if you're getting more than 1,000 streams in a year, which I know that not everyone does, but isn't an unreasonable threshold, maybe your streams will be a little bit more for that 1,000 if all of the weird silent bot tracks aren't there.
That's definitely valid. Also, Matt, I don't know, maybe you have some insight into this, but there's also some federal regulations around paying artists for their work in copyright law. Am I wrong in that? Like that they're actually somewhat legally obligated to pay those out whether they want to or not.
Yeah, you're correct. Good observation. I believe it's around 70%. So let's see. I think in 2022, Spotify made over like $10 billion in revenue. And then they paid over 2/3 of that out in their royalties, licenses, and then that 1/3 they used to cover expenses and everything else. And that's why they're not really considered profitable. And that's why maybe doubling the streaming royalty isn't really possible, because then they have to double their revenue. And yeah.
Interesting.
Go ahead. There's
No, go ahead.
question in the chat. I was just gonna...
Yeah, go for it.
So Ono really asks, so it's not artist-centric or user-centric other than buying physical CDs or vinyls. Is there any other way to support the artist at a more favorable rate? Yeah, that's the question. I don't know. I feel like the template would be like send everyone to Bandcamp or like, right? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Merch?
I think Bandcamp's huge. Merch is huge. Even touring artists don't make a ton on their actual shows. It's the merch, it's the vinyl, it's the CDs. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always like, that's why, like, I mean, I think everybody, like streamers or not streamers, they always like focus on Bandcamp Friday or stuff like that, and I feel like that's like a more direct in a way, like,
Yeah.
and like merch. But yeah, I honestly don't know any other way to support, because Spotify is no matter what, Spotify is right now, like, most people that I know use Spotify, right? So like it's kind of
It's
like
30% of the market share. 30%.
Only
and all the other platforms. No, but I mean,
that's big,
like,
right?
Amazon and Apple Music aren't even. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon and Apple Music are like 13%. So even combined, they're lower than Spotify.
Yeah. I mean,
those are 2022 figures, but that's the most recent that we have. So they're kind of dominating still.
Yeah, that's why they can like feel like they can just make new rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have never had a profitable year in their business. So they are not a profitable company, quote unquote. Whether or not they're doing all of the most ethical and artist friendly things with the money that they do bring in, heavily debatable. But like Matt was saying, you can't just double the payout per stream because they're already not in the black.
Well, they asked, so in Uruguay, did you see that this happened too? They pulled out, they phased out Spotify's service in Uruguay.
Really?
Because they passed a new bill, a copyright bill requiring fair and equitable remuneration. So that it would basically require Spotify to double their payout. And Spotify said, we can't do that. We can't abide by this new copyright bill. So they just pulled out instead, which is interesting, you know?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, that was announced at the same time of all these changes. So Q1 2024, if you're in Uruguay, get your listens in now. Get your streams in.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
nuts.
I think there's another question. Hold on. Where's Kairos? Do you
Is there anyone that can save the questions in chat? Because if we miss them, maybe we like take them at the end.
Yeah, I can.
Or
try
I don't
and
know,
copy
'cause I
and
feel
paste
it's
them
good
as we
if
go
we-
into
Okay.
our group chat.
Cool.
We'll do that.
Just so we're not like jumping around or like answering the same thing.
That's a good call. Let's go. Okay. Take it back, Jay.
Well, the next question is kind of for you, Sashi. As, you know,
Oh.
as of my like pre-written questions. But as an independent artist with several songs at 1 million streams
Mhm.
on Spotify, how do you think these changes will impact you versus how it might impact other artists that are just starting out?
Well, for me, first of all, like I'd like to say that the 1 million streams, like probably in the next, like in the next year in the new like model that they have, it will consider it as like a what is that term?
Junk streams.
Junk streams, because like I no matter like how grateful I am, but like my community like put my songs, like every time I release something they put it on repeat and on repeat. Most of them has like multiple accounts, so like you know what I'm saying, like it feels like I am very grateful for that, because I'm with 1 million streams is not more than $1,000, like if you think about it. So like I'm very grateful for that, but yeah, like I feel like I've always seen like releases and putting it on out there in Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, YouTube, is just adding to portfolio. So I never really see it as like a income, like, because like as musicians, I think we all agree that those are our songs that are out there are our portfolio, like just a legacy, our legacy. Like I never see Spotify as something that I can like count on as a revenue, like a profit. But the 1 million streams, I have 2 million stream songs, so like it's definitely gave me like an extra, like it's a bonus money, but definitely like it's not like, if I'm not on Twitch and I don't have a crazy community that keeps putting my song on repeat like a freaking click farm, like I wouldn't get to that 1 million. So like I feel like I would definitely, without my community, I would definitely be on those like less than 1% of people that can make it. Wait, what? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think part of what you're talking about is how Spotify is like trying to distinguish between like these junk streams or like passive listening versus like active listening.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's really a way to distinguish those.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that there's like, is one more valuable than another? Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Definitely.
I think
Yes,
so.
as well.
Definitely. For sure.
Let's talk about it. Why is that? Why do you feel like one, either active or passive listening on a platform like, and should they distinguish? Should they be valued differently? Like, should an active stream of a song be valued differently than a passive stream?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would be cool if they could do that, because they already are keeping track of each. So one of the ways that the Spotify algorithm works, which is also how the TikTok and Instagram algorithms work, is they reward content that causes people to take action. So if somebody saves a song, if somebody shares a song, if somebody takes the action of adding it to their playlist, they are more likely to recommend that song in an algorithmic discovery mode playlist, or a your daily mix, or whatever it might be. So in that sense, an active stream is very valuable to the artist, because it's going to encourage more discovery. And I really think that discovery is the name of the game with Spotify. It's the reason that you should be on Spotify as an artist, is to be discovered.
Yep. I agree.
I think that's their position as well with Spotify. They came in after iTunes started shaking things up back in the early 2000s or something, right? And they kind of put that nail in the coffin of like the old album-focused music business. And I guess they're kind of positioning themselves as like, use us for marketing and outreach. Like, we've cut down your upfront distribution costs significantly. You're no longer marketing to radio stations and the whole payola deal, like several hundred of dollars to radio stations, etc. Now you're putting that into the product, and paying like $20 to put it up on Spotify. And I think that's why they're like, okay, we can mess with the numbers here on royalty payouts to these artists, because they've kind of enabled the democratization of artistry at the same time. I just thought it was interesting. I was inspired by what you said there.
Yeah. Someone in chat mentioned, I throw a playlist on repeat and listen to them all day. Would that be passive listening?
Good question.
That's
know.
tough.
That's
That's a tough one.
yeah.
I
Because
think
that's kind of what Sashi described.
Yeah.
What was going on with her song is like if they throw it on repeat, whether they're actually like, what if they're actually listening to it? It's not like they're just doing it to
Yeah.
get the play and have it on mute. You
Yeah.
know?
I think the thing that would make it active is if there's a song that catches your attention on that playlist and you're like, what is that? And you add it to your liked songs, that's an active listen.
I
But
like
if
that
you're just-
idea that you take an action with the song. That's kind of more active, you know, including active listening. But like, I love what you're saying there about
What do you
the
mean?
engagement.
What do you mean, like take
Making
take
it
action
active.
to like put it in a playlist, something like that, or
Save it or
right,
share
right,
it
right,
or
right,
add
right.
it to a playlist.
Okay. Yeah.
Or go follow the artist,
Yeah.
you know? So I think like you can, in terms of the general term of active listening, you can actively and listen intently to a playlist, but from Spotify's perspective, that's a passive listen unless you take an action on the song.
Right. Yeah.
And I like what Jay Lynn said as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I was just
According
about
to
to
new
read that
U.S. laws, passive listens get no payout. So terrestrial radio, Pandora, etc. That's why free accounts have a limited number of skips, because skips are an action taken, which negate passive status of the listener. That's interesting.
Ah.
Pa-
Are you still here, Papa? You still watching?
Skips are also taken into account with the algorithm, like Willow was saying. They can impact placement on playlists, and that data is also tracked. So if you're listening to a playlist of, you know, new songs, and maybe one isn't quite your vibe, but it's like an independent artist that you're still wanting to support in some way, or maybe that their music just isn't for you, instead of skip, I wonder if it still counts as like a skip if you just scroll almost all the way to the end, just like leave a couple of seconds.
Just fast forward.
Just fast forward and let it play the last couple of seconds. Like,
I have
So
told
polite.
some friends, like, don't skip my song.
Don't
Sorry,
skip.
you're a prisoner. You have to listen to it.
It's just
it would be better. It would be better to take it off the playlist than to skip
Yeah.
it every time that you're listening.
Is it
to
really?
on that playlist.
Right.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just turn your volume down and
Because
then turn it back
Right.
up.
because
Just
sometimes
take a 4-minute break.
because sometimes when I'm
breathe.
in the car and then my own song got like shuffled, I skip it.
Oh no, Sashi, don't!
I
didn't
Your
know.
own music. What are you doing?
Don't skip it. You gotta just listen. Just put yourself back in the studio. Remember
See?
you
Look at
recording.
Aaron and Sarah. See? It's like, I skip
Same.
it.
No,
Like,
stop
ah!
that. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Listen to yourself.
I was like, I have my community for listening to that. I don't need to. No, but yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. I have to actively skip Aaron's music in the car. That's amazing. Exactly.
You
You
listen
listen
enough
like
during the mixing process.
exactly. You listen over and over and
Absolutely.
over again. I was like,
Absolutely.
God dang, like this is enough. Yeah.
That is
Don't
very
put your
true,
own
Aaron,
music
though.
on your playlist. Then just
No skips. No skips.
no skip.
No skips.
No skips. Summer 2024.
That should be the playlist name, right? Don't skip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No skip.
so
No skips.
put all of the Twitch streamers like songs in there.
Yeah.
Like, do not skip this.
Yeah, y'all. Instead of calling your playlist, which I see all your playlists, by the way,
Yeah,
because artists
yeah.
can see your playlist names. All your Twitch artists' playlists, we see you.
Yeah, it's
Rename
very
it No Skips, and we'll see that. We'll see who's really watching this stream.
Yeah. We have a few. If you want to
Skip November.
No Skip November. That's way better. No Skips November.
I'm telling you, Brendan's on fire today.
Brennan.
Okay. Here's a one that I saw. Question for. Where was it? Like. Okay. Question: if artists want their payout doubled, Spotify or any other service will have to pass that on their consumers. Would consumers pay $20 a month for just music? Bear in mind, even TV movie streaming services $10 to $15 a month. This is a good call. I won't. I mean,
I
Most people
wouldn't.
yeah, because like
Or they'd
mad
have to
when I
charge more
wasn't a
for
student.
advertising.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. I pay $16 for a family account. Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
It's tricky. I was talking to. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was reflecting on how 10 years ago, maybe, he would spend thousands of dollars a year buying music. Thousands of dollars. And he's like, now I have all of it on Spotify. It is the best value of anything I have in my life is $10 for all the music that's ever been recorded of all time. And he said, and I think he is very much the minority, I would pay $100 a month for that. And I was like, well, good on you. You want to just give me $100 a month? But I mean, it's not that wild if you think about it in terms of like what people paid for music 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, beyond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when before streaming services, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pre-streaming.
Yeah. Pre-streaming.
So should we go back to a model where artists get to value their own music? So like on Bandcamp, right? Artists get to set the price of their own music. Is that an option? Because if we keep doing this just like cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, like $10 a month, like you're saying, all this next generation is going to be of the opinion that music isn't really worth a lot, that you can get it for a few dollars a month, and that will also impact the next generation of artists not valuing their own work. So would it be better to not have these types of streaming platforms that kind of lump everything together?
I think sorry, just quickly before Matt, like I know, like you know more, but like, but
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, what Willow said before, like I feel like discovery is what Spotify is for. I think that's like the main thing that you know I can hope for, right? To get discovered, like you know. But everything that I did so far, from like since the day I start releasing music on Spotify, is quote unquote organic. Like I don't know how to approach to get discovered, because like I have a million streams, but I'm still not like get into that discovery playlist or something, like stuff like that, you know. Go ahead, Matt. Kill this.
Well said. I think once things are on the internet, at whatever capacity it's going to be on the internet, duplicated, copied, etc., it's just going to be around. It's going to be circulating. Mm-hmm. I love Bandcamp's model. I love how direct it is. I love that it cuts out the middleman. I know we can also talk about Bandcamp and the recent developments there.
Please do. Please do, if you have insight on that.
Yeah, but I feel like with Spotify and other streaming services, I think it's a net positive, even if it's not very much value for the artists. Because if there are more obstacles to listen, people will find a way to listen one way or another. I used to, download stuff legally. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Wee woo.
So, I just think that's human nature sometimes. So, I say keep it up, keep it out there if you're so inclined, but I understand if not as well.
I think they actually found that people who were using torrents and things like that were actually more likely to spend more money on physical media than people who did not download illegally. So it was a net positive for the music industry, even if they didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. I would listen. I'd sample. I'm like, dang, I love these people. I'm gonna go to the record store, like down the street or 20 miles away, because there weren't very many anymore, and go buy all their albums that I could find.
Yeah. But
yeah. So then, like the discovery. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The discovery is cheap, and then you find the people you really love to support. I think that's what would be my hope as an artist on Spotify, is that someone discovers my music, finds me elsewhere, and comes to a show or buys a t-shirt or whatever they feel moved to do.
It's like the samples at the mall. You know?
Oh yeah.
If you try the chocolate and you go, "Oh my god," you're gonna buy it if you love it. But if you didn't get to try it, you won't even know if you like it. You know?
Putting those headphones on at like the bookstore, have like get to listen to a little bit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Borders.
That's
back in the day, man.
Spotify.
Good old
Yeah,
mall.
that's Spotify.
Good old mall.
Good old mall.
Good-
Yeah, but great points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then also with Bandcamp, it's been traded a couple times, bought by different companies, Epic Games. Was it also owned by Downtown Music? I forget, or am I conflating that? Anyway,
I don't remember, but it was Epic Games, and then it was recently bought this year by Song Trader.
yes, that is correct. Yeah. So I'm not sure where that really puts Bandcamp in the future. I understand that they laid off a decent amount of their workforce recently too, with the sale of the entity. Hopefully, it all shakes out okay, because Bandcamp's wonderful for artists, I'd say.
Yeah. I feel like it's the most like direct, other than merch. And yeah.
It's super punk rock, and I love that.
Absolutely.
It's less
Yeah.
punk rock that's being bought and sold by different, major companies, but
Right.
Do you have anything else, Jay?
I'm trying to read through some of my notes. Any other questions in chat while we have y'all here?
Yeah, I can see OC Librarian said that lately you get more music from Instagram. I feel like it's also like people in the internet, their attention span is getting shorter and shorter. I think like us Twitch streamer has like we are the anomaly. Like we have like the weirdest amount of weirdest kind of people who can sit 4 hours with us, you know what I'm saying? But the other people in the internet can't even watch 15 seconds of TikTok, right? They just scroll. So I think that's also like I don't know. It affects like when you put a song on your distribution, you can like pick like the highlight of the song that will show up on like TikTok and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Like the hook of it. And I feel like that's also like it really like force us musicians to get to think about market, like what sells and what is, your hook. It's kind of like I overthink it every time. Like which one, like, for my song STFU, is it the unsolicited advice part or like is it the STFU part? That kind of thing. So it's kind of forced us to think about more aspect of how promoting a song. Yeah, go ahead.
And not knowing the
Oh, we lost the J.
We lost
No.
the J. Someone.
Jay's
no!
Search party.
Jay. What happened?
Aw.
We lost her.
Can I give an artist PSA?
Yeah, go
while
ahead.
we're waiting?
Jay down.
So,
Jay down.
Speaking of getting all of the pennies that you're deserved, if you aren't signed up for the Mechanical Licensing Collective, the MLC, you need to go do it because it's like half your royalties. Spotify and the DSPs are one piece of it, but the mechanical royalties, if you're an independent artist, you need to go sign up for that.
I'm back.
She's back.
She's back.
I'm sorry.
PSA over.
PSA over. Yeah. I need to learn more about that.
see.
Maybe Matt, like I can talk to you like privately and ask about like all the licensings that I haven't really pay attention to.
Yeah, and also sounds like Willow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Publishing as well, because publishing does trickle down eventually. So if you're self-published, that's a great way to go as well. That way you're getting as much as you can from these streaming royalties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay.
I was gonna ask for that highlight. Are you allowed to make that highlight more than a minute long?
No. I don't
Not on
think
my
so.
Not on
distributor.
TikTok.
It's a default minute.
Mhm.
I find
Yeah.
that fascinating because now, pretty much, in order to monetize, you have to be over a minute as a creator, or it's incentivized that your videos are more than a minute long if you're wanting to monetize on TikTok. So I thought that was interesting.
Wait, what?
So the sound clips can only be a minute long at the max, but videos can be up to 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
So they're basically disincentivizing creators that want to monetize TikTok from using music from creators that are uploading it through these platforms that are just submitting highlights that are a minute long.
It's so hard to
I
make
hope
money, isn't it?
Changes.
Huh?
I hope that changes.
Yeah.
Because on Instagram, when you make a reel, you can pick any moment in the song.
I
It
love
doesn't
that.
have to be this like specific minute you've chosen on your distributor.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want in the moment, you know, like it's interesting.
Whatever lyric you're feeling.
What if my whole song's a bop, you know?
You could, I mean,
No
one
skip.
No
a
skip.
workaround for that is using, you can upload your own original audio that's not part of that same minute. If it overlaps, it'll copyright flag your own stuff, which is that's a whole nother panel.
I know, that happened to me
But-
too. I was so mad.
Like if you really want the first minute of your song or the first 30 seconds and that's not the minute you chose, you can just upload it as original audio and name it the song so people can still discover it that way. I don't know how if you can monetize original audio.
Yeah.
I've never had a TikTok video do very well, so I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a threshold like YouTube where you like hit a certain, or Twitch where you hit a certain status and then you can monetize, or if it's just like you have a popular video.
Yeah, I think it's a
don't know.
consistency thing of like you have videos over a certain number of
Yeah.
videos over, you know, a certain number of likes or views and that kind of thing. But they started doing this thing where they're incentivizing videos that are over a minute long because they didn't want people just copy pasting to YouTube Shorts, which are a maximum of a minute long still. So that was their way of like cutting back on people just duplicating content for YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And it's like you pretty much have to post a video over a minute long in order to get revenue from that video if you are like part of their creator program.
See, I almost see these Spotify changes now that I've had more information and context as that type of change. Because, you know, like on YouTube, you need to hit a certain threshold. You need to prove to the platform that you are worth being monetized. I don't know how better to say that. But I almost agree with that to an extent because anyone can upload a YouTube video. Anyone can upload a Spotify song. So why is it that everyone is making, you know, essentially the same amount? Why did Wolfpack upload, you know, a whole album of silence and say, you know, loop this so we can go on tour when like there's people, you know, like there should be like certain standards of these platforms. And so in a sense, I initially when I first saw all these changes, I was really like down in the dumps and
fuck
this
you. Yeah.
world is against musicians and art and all that. And then it kind of dawned on me that maybe this is actually a way to protect people that are doing it
Properly.
authentically and
Yeah.
properly. Yeah.
I feel I think we talked about it. I think someone made a question in our chat group before we did this about like if the threshold is like 1,000 streams, like will they count the 1,000 stream after 1,001? Do you know this, Matt?
That's
or
what
like was that your question? Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
Because
I don't know. I'm so curious. I wish we
it's
had
unclear.
visibility into that exact aspect. That's the main thing that's troubling me about this
Same.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're basically, because they announced for the chat, if you missed the beginning, they basically announced that a song will only get paid out once it hits 1,000 plays per year. And so we're wondering, are we getting paid at the 1,001 play? So the 1 through 1,000 don't count? Or are they retroactively going to pay that out and then whatever other streams are done?
Because they have the data. I'm sure, on like those first 1,000 streams. So maybe they can loop that in. I don't know. I think in the interest of their money, their money,
Yeah.
quotes,
There.
maybe
You're
it
welcome.
won't be counted, but that remains to be seen.
Okay. So this is probably a stupid question. So like 1,000 streams per year. So let's say like I got like all the way to like 990 streams, and then the year ends. So that's like recounted again. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially what it looked like. Yeah.
That's kind of
I mean, that's one of the questions is like, is it just within the first year of it being published to the platform? So then, like, if you took it down and put it back up and you got, you know, like you were getting popularity towards the end of the year and you took it down and you put it back up and then, you know, it got enough traction to get you to the 1,000. Like, those are all questions nobody really knows.
Yeah, but because imagine like if you spend the first year for like got to like 900, 800 streams, and then the next year, the second year, your song goes viral. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't get to get that money. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like all the teeny tiny questions like that I would like to have a sit down with.
Go back to
a Swedish guy.
Well, I think from my understanding, it is every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we all read that? And in my opinion, again, it's kind of going back to that YouTube thing of like, you have to maintain your account to stay monetized.
Right. Okay.
You know? So it's almost like maintaining your audience on that song or, you know, whatever album.
That's interesting though, because
those tracks.
You know, major labels, they make money on music into eternity, right? You know, there is no expiration on when they're collecting money on someone that they've signed to their label, unless it's specifically in the contract, which in most cases it's not. So, you know, it just seems like one of those policies that's geared towards making the major labels happy, because even major labels and distributors are struggling to make the money that they once made because of streaming being like the primary way that people are consuming music. And I'm going to put the link in chat to the blog post directly from Spotify and how they're phrasing all of these policies that was released today. So if you want to read it, you can. I'm going to put the link in chat right now. But I just wanted to make sure people could, you know, read that direct source.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
All right.
I know Willow was hoping to get out of here pretty quick. Willow, are you wanting to stick around a little bit, or do you need to?
I gotta go in like 10 minutes so I can like eat and things
All right.
before I stream.
I think we should be able to wrap it up in 10 minutes. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
There was an earlier question about like how this is kind of unrelated, I guess, but it was interesting that, you know, maybe folks don't know this, like when you upload your song, how does it get on all these different platforms, you know? And just for someone who's never done it, I guess I could answer it too. But
go ahead, Karma.
Yeah,
you usually go with a distributor. So my distributor is AWOL. They're like a branch of Cobalt Music. So there are different like deals that you can sort of have with your distributor. A lot of people use CD Baby. And basically, you just pay them one fee, and they distribute it for you to all the different platforms.
I use DistroKid.
So, or DistroKid, yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Photon.
That was just random.
Yeah,
I just saw that question.
Yeah.
Aquatic Photon was saying, could we see a resurgence of SoundCloud, or are those days?
Is SoundCloud even monetized? They're not, right?
It is now.
It is now?
Interesting. They've sort of changed it. I don't know too much about it, but they actually, SoundCloud and Tidal, I believe, are trying out the user-centric models a little bit more, if I'm not mistaken. I read an article by Ari Hurston in Variety. I don't know if I'm allowed to post links in the chat, but I put it in our little Discord chat, talking about what it would look like for Spotify to move to user-centric, and he mentioned that Tidal and SoundCloud are trying that out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Okay. There are so many links. If you guys want to like join the conversation even more deeper, and then like on like a constant like conversational based, like if you have any thoughts on the daily basis, you can join our Discord, !Discord. That's we're trying to build our community here. That's what all the Inclusive Fest is about, basically, and we have more conversation about this because we are trying to support independent artists like as much as possible. And yeah, any other questions? Or maybe anyone want to add something in the panel?
I have one thing to add while we check on questions.
Yes.
That's regarding rights holders, the distributors, the TuneCore, the DistroKids, the AWOL. folks of the world, distribution agreements vary. So as an artist, it may behoove you to, try out, check on the various terms of those distribution agreements, because they may take a portion of your streaming royalties, while others may not. So that's something to check up on, so that you get as much as you can. Partner with the right people.
It's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have because I just moved to the United States in 2020, so releasing music in the United States is definitely new to me, and everyone's talking about mechanical rights, this right, that right, this right, ASCAP, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop, I have
We need a checklist.
we need a checklist.
lot.
Yes.
Which we could make, You basically named them all, though, right? The
Really?
MLC.
It's a giant.
That's a new one.
Yeah. The land of
Another
the...
thing, too, that you can do, you actually can get paid out on your live performances of your originals.
I think we have
Yes.
our conversation about that. I
On
think,
ASCAP.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, are you guys already... Okay, I
no,
won't talk
you...
about it then.
No.
It,
We had a conversation.
something I just discovered.
Yeah. Really? You want to... Tell me
Yeah.
more. Tell me more.
And you can go back as far as 2019. So you
I
can,
believe you can do
retroactively
it for Twitch as well.
Yeah,
No way.
you can.
Yep.
What?
You have to
I
have
just
a
recently learned that.
poster,
What?
to prove that it happened, the event. But yeah, that was kind of the only...
They
thing that
said,
I
a poster and a screenshot of the live stream.
Yeah.
So that if you say, if it says how many people were watching, you say 70 people were watching, you need to have a screenshot that sort of matches up with. So screenshot your Twitch summary at the end, or you kind of have to document in case they check up on it. But if you're going to do an all original stream, you should definitely submit your set list to ASCAP because you can get paid.
Anything...
I don't know how much.
It's called ASCAP.
It's not a ton.
It's anything to subsidize the money that we don't get from Spotify, right?
But yeah, it's just one of those things you can do that, no one really tells you.
Yeah.
My friend in the UK told me about that. I was like, what? He's like, I've been doing this the whole time.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, we should definitely look into that. Maybe another conversation about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, feel free to, when you join the Discord or here in chat, give us some ideas for other panels you might want to see, or other people that we might want to talk to about different things. We're always looking to share more information with independent artists and the communities that support them. So yeah, we can all grow together.
For sure.
Yeah, I want to say thank you before we go. Willow, what time are you streaming?
5:30. Or in an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was 10 minutes. If you're streaming in 10 minutes, we come raid you.
No.
Yeah, right. Get on there.
Get on there.
Yeah.
So
Y'all just go wait in Willow's chat.
Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, for the subscription. Who says that on Twitch? Jesus. Jalen Johnston. Thank you so much. Thank you for the subscription. We are trying to, who are we rating, guys? And I want to say thank you, Matt, Sweeto. Thank you so much for this very, helpful information that you're giving us, and Willow, Carmela, nobody, you guys have a lot of experience on this, more than me, so thank you so much for joining us. Erin was supposed to join as well, but she is not feeling well, so she's in the chat. Thank you so much for being in the chat, Erin. And Jay, thank you so much for being a great moderator for this, and so all artists need to get
Thanks
paid.
for hosting us.
Yeah, I guess
Thank you all. And
the takeaway is that with the new model or not, Spotify are it's not our main source of income, but still it's going to be still for discovery. So you guys, if you take action on our songs, on your favorite artist songs on Spotify, take action, like it, put it on the playlist. Don't skip, apparently.
no skip.
No skips. Safe. Don't
No skip November.
Yeah, no skip November. Don't skip your own song, Sashi. Don't skip your own song. Okay. I don't know. I didn't know. Anyway,
Yeah. That's okay.
so yeah, just freaking react to. I mean, take action to the songs. I think that would in that specific platform that would help us. But other than that, if you want to directly help the musician, there's so many ways. You can subscribe to them on Twitch. Still not 100% on there too, but I digress. I digress.
Can we even host that discussion on Twitch? They'll flag it.
Yeah.
No.
People are like, Sashi, are you aiming for Partner Plus? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm so far from that. Absolutely not. Also, like, you can go on Bandcamp. Like, some people have Patreons. Go to a live show and get merch. Because bear in mind, if you go to a live show that has, like, independent musicians playing on that live show, 90% of the time, they're not getting paid, or they're paid very, very small. So like, just buy their merch if the merch are available and stuff like that. So my merch is 15% off.
I have to
with
plug.
Black
You're welcome,
Do
people.
it.
15% off.
Oh my god, that's a good idea.
Man,
Okay,
so
you know what?
promo.
You know what? I'm gonna put my merch on Black Friday as well. Let's go. Great idea.
I mean, it's Black Friday. I want deals. I'm giving you all deals.
And
but
the
yeah.
next Bandcamp Friday is December
Bandcamp-
1st.
Yes.
Yep, I'm
yes.
releasing a lo-fi album.
Yes.
Willow, what you got? Sashi, what you got?
My album is going to be available
Wow.
on vinyl and pre-order December 1st.
I just
can't
put-
wait.
Yes.
Even though it's
Look
not
out.
out till January.
Put-
It's like the pre-exclusive Bandcamp
Oh, I'm
release.
on that. I'm on
Hell
that. I'm
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
have.
can't wait for
I don't.
that.
I don't know. I have a week to think about what I'm gonna release on the next Bandcamp Friday,
Release you just like sounds, you know?
or like an
Saying hi to
like
everyone.
who did you say like have an empty song, like a.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wolf Effect.
Just buy it, guys. Support your artist no matter what.
Support.
Anyway, so thank you so much for like just supporting. Like, for example, Loudly Inclusive has a mixtape that you can buy on Bandcamp, or you can stream on Spotify. It's starting like the artists in there is are Fenwa Terrian, Emily Henry and Laser Boy, Jane and the Huntsman, Aubryn, and Megan Lenius. So if you guys, that good memory. And if you guys want to support us, the Loudly Inclusive Collective, you can donate directly, or you can sub, or you can like just read our website and hear more. But maybe follow if you don't have any money spare. Just follow us, and then Sashi laughing in vinyl. Shut up. Okay.
Yep. All proceeds from this channel support our future collaboration projects, and we kind of announced last week that our next collaboration project is going to be focused on women and releasing on International Women's Day, March 8th, 2024. And we're going to start fundraising or crowdfunding for that soon. So we'll be announcing some incentives and that kind of thing for that fundraising campaign. But be on the lookout for our next project, which is going to be all about amplifying women.
Yeah, women. I love women.
Let's go.
Okay, who are we rating, guys? Are we rating Icy? Do you want to do
I
that?
don't know.
Any ideas, Carmela, Willow?
Offline
Matt?
raid Willow.
For an hour.
Rate Icy. Rate
For an
Icy.
hour.
Rate Icy and then
Icy's
ask Icy
fine.
to rate Willow.
Perfect. Yes,
Like a
keep
fucking-
it coming.
There you go.
like a raid train.
It's a raid
rule.
train now.
Okay, let's do that. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Women
you,
are my
everybody.
favorite guy.
Let us know if you guys want any specific artists, specifically marginalized artists on Twitch that you want to host on our channel. Please let me know. Let us know.
Yeah,
Let me
drop
and
it
Jay.
in the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Thank you, guys. Hold on. I see music. There you go. Do we have a rate call, Jay? We do.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Willow.
Thank you so much.
Carmela. Thank you,
Loudly
everyone.
Inclusive. Everyone.
Bye, everybody.
being Here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Copy paste the rate call. I love you. Bye. Okay, are we going now? Bye. Bye. Awkward bye.
Awkward bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Do we exit or does it end?
Hold on.